Hello, Leo. Welcome to my channel. I am Zachary, and this is the Divine Phoenix Rising Tarot. I am happy to have you here with me today, and I'm excited to get your first reading done for the month of October. So I know I'm a little bit late to the game as far as getting your monthly reading out, but that's because I didn't start earlier. But I wanted to do a full month read just because we do have the solar eclipse in Libra on the 14th, as well as a new moon that's happening at the same time. So quite a bit of powerful energy coming through there. Solar eclipses are all about really explosive change. It's a great time to direct that energy to changing what we want to change. And with it being in Libra, that's all about our relationships and partnerships. So for Leo specifically, you're looking at the way that you relate to or partner with your writing and speaking. There could be an opportunity for a new contract or something like that to happen. Travel outside of where you currently live could also be happening right now for you. So if you get any inclinations or desires to participate in that, I would recommend listening to that. This is a great time to direct that energy to change what you want or need to change right now. Maybe you need to renegotiate a contract with work or with family, or a lease. I don't know, something that you need to use your gift of gab to ascertain. So let's look into that a little bit further. First, I'm going to pull an oracle card here from the Starseed Oracle, excuse me, and then I'll read that. This is just going to be a governing energy for the reading for the month for you. So we're asking for Leo. And get one card for the month of October, please. So we get fall into my arms, surrender, holding the opposites, and extremes of life. You can see that light's kind of bright. So let's read what that's all about. Surrender, holding the opposites, extremes of life. The Great Mother ushered you in when you took your first breath, and she'll be there when you draw your last. She knows how challenging life can be, that being human can be lonely and confusing, that the polarity and separation can be excruciating when your soul remembers the oneness of Source. But at the same time, it can be incredibly glorious and sweet. So often we see things as either good or bad. When things go well, we make it mean that we're being rewarded. And when things are bad, then perhaps we've done something wrong. However, we're all here to expand and grow, and it's through the extremes of life that we do exactly that. You're being invited to welcome the highs and the lows of the human experience, to let them initiate you more fully into life, the agony and the ecstasy, the beauty and the bitterness. This life is but a single breath in the inextinguishable existence of your experience as a soul. The Great Mother wants you to hand over your loneliness, worries, hurt, sorrow, fears, burdens, and doubts, to lay them on her altar, to fall fully into her arms, to remember that while these extremes are difficult, they can also be magnificent. The more wildly the pendulum of your life swings, the more truthfully you can say, I've truly lived. And your activation here, I'm ready to embrace the extremes of my life. I lay all that I'm carrying onto the Great Mother's altar and fall completely into her arms. Awesome. So let's pull some cards here to see how your month is going to go. And then I'm going to pull, I'm going to use the Light Seers Tarot here for your main reading. And then we'll pull some clarifying cards as needed. And at the end, I'd like to do challenges, what the good stuff, what to look forward to, and then clarifying on the outcome. So here we go. Again, thank you for being here, Leo. I'm really excited to get this all started. I actually started this channel, or created it, back in February of this year, and I've taken this long to get started. Because, I don't know, I'm experiencing my own extremes in my life. Okay, so we get the Wheel and King of Pentacles to start here. Page of Swords. Page of Pentacles. We've got the Eight of Wands. Queen of Cups. Two of Pentacles. That's interesting. Sagittarius had the same Two of Pentacles in the same spot. Knight of Swords. Different deck though. Queen of Swords. And Six of Cups. Awesome. Okay. So let's take a look here. So right now, this is your energy, being King of Pentacles. King of Pentacles is, he's the master of his money. He's the master of his material world. So I feel that there's a focus on that for many of you. Either being that king, being that person who is in control, or are wanting to be, are working towards that. I'm feeling for a lot of you that's more what we're looking at. You are working to be this king. That's what is the focus for you right now. Having that crossed with the Wheel is all about, well, everything changes. What goes up must come down. What is down will eventually come back up. And that's something that we can rely on. If you're feeling bad, you can be sure that will change. If you're feeling good, you can be sure that will change. That's just something that, that we all go through. So there's a note on this as well that I'm getting for those of you that are working towards this. I mean, there's never a final destination anywhere, but so I would say we're all, or you're all working to be a better form of this, to be in control of your finances, of your, the way that you engage in the material world, the way that you present yourself to others, the way that you connect with others. And the Wheel here is telling me that same sort of thing. Don't get stuck. Don't ever think that you're at that destination either, because you can always spiral up, you can always spiral down. So you're going to revisit parts of qualities that maybe you think you've already mastered, and find that there's another portion of that for you to master. So that's just the initial energy for yourself of the month, what you're going into. Having an open mind. So having an open mind about where you are as far as developing yourself and the way that you engage with the rest of the world. Don't let your ego tell you that you're there, because you're never there. We're never there. We can always improve, and we can always get worse. And that's what the Wheel is telling me there. So, whoop. Also having that, she's got this white little esper here and a darker esper here, that balancing nature, the extremes. kind of like it was saying here in the initial oracle card. Taking both of those extremes and letting both of them elevate you through this process of continuing to pursue that mastery of yourself. So with the Page of Swords here, I love this card as well. Swords are all about the mind, the intellect, thoughts. And she's hungry. She's a hungry girl. She is hungry for knowledge. And that hunger allows her to pick up the knowledge that she needs to cross treacherous spaces or places where she hasn't been able to cross in the past. And so what I'm getting from this is that you know that you need to learn something. And I think it's literally like becoming a student of some sort. With the Page of Pentacles, this is something that maybe you don't know yet. And what I'm getting from this is kind of dovetailing off of that. Knowing you need to be a student is becoming a student of life. Allowing yourself to be taught by what's going on around you. And I want to figure out what that connection is, because the Page of Swords, is usually like, she's literally reading a book here on arithmetics. She knows she needs to learn something tangible, like going to school. Maybe some of you need to go back to school. And maybe some of you need to let whatever life is telling you right now move you in that direction. With the extremes that you may be experiencing right now, and let's be honest, you're a Leo, come on. I think, I'm a Gemini sun here, but I know Leos can, with that dynamic fire energy, extremes exist in everyone's life, but they tend to follow us around too. And it's not a bad thing. It makes life spicy, right? So there's something about needing to learn, maybe even, managing your money, learning how to manage your money. With the Eight of Wands, I feel like a lot of you are dealing with something. You're dealing with a lot of extremes right now. Maybe your job is unpredictable. Maybe your rent has changed drastically. I mean, the cost of everything is going up. There are a lot of extreme changes that are happening right now. What the Eight of Wands is saying to me is this has happened quickly. Maybe there have been a lot of changes for you that have been extreme, up and down that wheel, and it's happened quickly. And I think a lot of you are handling it like a boss, because you are a boss, obviously. And this is telling me that there's still more to learn. Again, like I said, don't let yourself lie to yourself that you're there. You're doing a great job handling the imbalance or in balancing what's going on. But this is asking you to keep going, is what I'm getting so far from that. So looking at what's on the way, what's coming, we get the Queen of Cups. And the Queen of Cups, she's very receptive to her own emotions and to the emotions of others. All the queens are intuitive. She's nurturing. I'm getting when you're up, you're up, you're down, you're down. When you're up, it's a lot easier to handle that energy, you know? What this is telling me is that I'm feeling that there might be a down coming soon. Not like not in a bad way, just that natural cycle, but because you're experiencing extreme opposites right now, it might feel a bit more painful. You've got a couple swords coming up here. But it's pain in that Page of Swords too. It's pain in the mind. So what the Queen of Cups is asking you to do is to be compassionate with yourself. When you do start to go down in a lull, not in a bad way, but just what goes up must come down. This is a natural cycle. Excuse me. To be compassionate with yourself when you're at that lower point. You'll come back up, but you need to not beat yourself down when you're down there. That's a time for you to recharge. And with the Two of Pentacles, that's telling me that as well. This is the message that's coming through this whole thing. Your balancing of extremes. And the Two of Pentacles is all about balance. Could be balancing work and play. Could be balancing the way that you're engaging with the world, with yourself, and presenting that to the world. And that's what I'm getting from this. It's just, this is your experience in life. And right now it's extreme. The pendulum is swinging back and forth. And it can get confusing. It can make you dizzy with all that spiraling up and down. So when you're spiraling down, just to make sure to give yourself a hug, you know? Wrap yourself up in a little blanket burrito. Make yourself a little burrito. Put on some music, read a nice book. Take a bath. So yes, right now you're in that balancing effect. And I feel like you're doing a good job. This is just saying that this month is going to continue that extreme. And with the energy of the eclipse and the new moon coming through as well, that's not going to be any different. I see that as a very good thing though. Having that extreme energy connected to that, you have the possibility of creating some really awesome stuff. So, I feel like, I don't know, if there are any of you that have been thinking about writing a book or maybe even starting your own YouTube channel, teaching something, I feel like now is the time to get that started, especially around the 14th and the new moon. Create that. It's already inside of you. Maybe you are interested in writing a book and you know you need to learn how to write a book or to start a YouTube channel, how to start a YouTube channel. That's okay. That's okay to learn. I'm that's what I'm doing right now. And then also to let the practical side of experiencing it teach you as well. So how to get through this with the Knight of Swords. I feel like what this is telling you is to keep keep your thoughts on the up and up, along with your emotions. Tend to your emotions, but stay in a positive frame of mind. This is your guiding system. Could be your intuition, could be something outside of you. Maybe you have a confidant or a counselor that you like to confide in, but it's a very fast-moving energy as well. Like he is running, and he's running to a motorcycle. He's picking up speed. Don't slow down as you're going through these extremes. Don't stop. Excuse me, I don't want to say don't slow down. Don't stop. Because slowing down is an important part of addressing that balance when you need to. Listen to your guidance system on that. When you need to pick up speed, pick up speed. When you need to slow down, but don't stop. As far as what you're hoping for, what you're afraid for, I think some of you are hopeful that your words, your communication, whether it's a book, like I said, readdressing a contract, or teaching, connecting with other people, you're hopeful that your words will have the precision and impact that you desire. And I think for some of you, you're afraid that they won't. Or maybe that others' words will be cutting towards you. And on that, I would say it's important to remember, you're a Leo, honey. What is the saying? Lions don't lose sleep over the opinions of shellfish and sheep. And you're a lion. You are the sun. You have ideas right now and the drive to start learning to put it into action. You have the boss mindset. You're here for it. And I'm here for it too. So don't be afraid of what others are going to think or say about it. That's none of your business. Love and light. So as far as an outcome where this leads, the Six of Cups. I really like this card here in this deck too. Six of Cups is like nostalgia, having a warm, fuzzy feeling over thoughts in the past. What this is saying to me is that I feel like some of you may need to reconnect with some family. Not that you're estranged, like some of you may be estranged, but reach out to a family member. Maybe for some of that guidance. But also having reverence and joy for where you have been in the past. Looking at where we've come and the joyful moments there. This is, he's a little boy with his little puppy. Now he's grown with his grown puppy. Looking at the memories in the past that fill our heart can also help ignite that passion and that drive that we need to move forward. If you're experiencing that up and down, and let's say you're more down, you need to tend to your emotional side. I think it's encouraging you to pull joy from the past. Pull that joy from the past and bring it to your present. So I want to pull a couple other cards here, like I said, for highlight on challenge this month. good things, rewards, what to look forward to, and then also clarifying on that outcome. So we get the Four of Swords as your challenge. Seven of Pentacles as your good stuff. Oh. And then Two of Wands as the clarifier for your outcome. Okay, so as a challenge with the Four of Swords, I think that I want to readdress what I was saying. Because I said don't slow down. But then I resaid, yes, no, do slow down when you need to. This is telling me your challenge here is resting when you need to, recharging. You are very much fire energy. You are the sun. You are used to being bold and dynamic and pushing through. But sometimes you need to just go ahead and not do that. Take care of your emotional side too. That yin and yang balance. Yin. Leo, very, very fire, yang energy. Moving forward, blazing through, passion. The yin side of that is going to be tending to your emotional and spiritual side. Taking a bath, reading a book, making yourself a burrito. A blanket burrito. Or a burrito, you know, if you like burritos. While you're in a blanket burrito. So that's your challenge this month. While you're going through your ups and downs, making sure that you're resting so that you can recharge too. Little R&R. Little Rachel Ray. So your good stuff here is the Seven of Pentacles. And this is all about hard work. I think what's the saying to me, being in the good area, what your benefit or blessing is this month is that you are a hard worker. You can get through this. You're tending to the things that you need to tend to, whether that's needing to learn something new, needing to experience something new and learning through that, tending to your emotional side, your yin side, through your ups and downs, or igniting your yang side when you need to as well. Taking on that balance with the dynamism that you naturally possess. And to clarify the outcome here, we have the Two of Wands. And Two of Wands is, it's interesting actually. This one is looking to the past, and this one is about making a plan or preparing for something. And him looking out, he's holding the world there in his hands, and he's looking out onto the horizon in the distance and taking that as the future. So your outcome here, as you're going through this crazy, crazy time, is to pull the joy and support and all that good stuff from the past, and then to also synthesize that with a plan for your future. Take what's worked for you, what you enjoy and what you love, and start making a plan to pull that into your future as well, and present really, but making that choice to make that plan. So don't get stuck, don't pine, don't get stuck in the past. Use that as a springboarding energy to push you into the future, to make that plan to sail on the seas that you want to sail on. Yeah. You got this, Leo. I know that things may be unbalanced at times, but I think in largesse, actually, it is more balanced than you think, because balance is not a static Experience balance is that process of filling, depleting, moving, not moving. And that's what you're doing. And you're approaching it like a boss, because you're a boss. So thank you guys for being with me here today. Very first reading, we made it through. I'm gonna get weekly readings out as well, and for next week here. But if this resonated with you, please like, share, please subscribe if you feel so inclined. I would love to have you with me here on this journey as I move forward. And I would also appreciate any input, positive or negative, in the comment section is fantastic. I am just getting started here as far as getting this up on YouTube, so I'd like to know what you like, what you don't like. Please come from a place of kindness. That's important to me, and I will take that to heart and see what I can do with that or not. So thank you again, Leo. I really had a great time doing this for you, and we will see you for the weekly readings here in just a few days. All right, take care, guys.